I feel like the Europa League is like the competition of the teams that are collapsing. Like, I don't even know how to explain this. Liverpool, is that like, did they just get absolutely like humiliated in front of their own fans? You have Benfica against Marseille where they were up 2-0 and they looked like they were cruising. Benfica, and they're coming off of tying and losing to Sporting, so they pretty much lost two competitions. Marseille, on the other hand, on like a 5-game losing streak. They look like they crumbling. Roma beats AC Milan, and Roma looked like a team that fired Mourinho. Looked like they were the ones crumbling. And then you have freaking Xavi Alonso. Like, hey guys, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all, everybody having a good time? Because I'm having a good time. Xavi Alonso just destroys West Ham like it's nothing. And, I mean, they gotta be favorites, right? 33 shots on target. Shots period. 13 on target with 73% possession, bro. Like, what are these numbers? What are these numbers? West Ham gets one shot and one shot on target. Like, I'm going to start with Liverpool game, okay? This, to me, is crazy because I'm watching the Benfica fan. I'm a Benfica fan. I'm watching the Benfica game. I'm a Benfica fan, right? So I'm watching the Benfica game. So I'm like, surely they didn't put out a good lineup. But then I went and I looked at the lineup and Gakpo, Darwin Nunez, Elliott, you got McAllister, VVD, Corneta, okay, no Alisson, but I mean, that's a Liverpool team, right? That's a Liverpool squad. And then 3-0. And I'm like, whoa. See, because 2 weeks ago, I thought to myself, man, these Liverpool players are trying to send Klopp out the right way. They're trying to send him with this head high, thank you for everything you've given Liverpool. Let's return you a favor with a Premier League and maybe even a Europa League. You're leaving here with some trophies. That's what it looked like. And then they go on and they lose the FA Cup to Liverpool, right? To United. And you're like, well, little slip in the road, no problem. Bounce back, beat Brighton. Bounce back, beat Sheffield United, but then tied to Manchester United again, and then lose 3-0 to Atalanta. And in a space of a week, just like Benfica, it looked like you potentially lost 3 competitions, right? In the space of like a week, 2 weeks. You lose the FA Cup quarterfinals, potentially could be, you're not out of the league, but it's going to be tough now because, of course, you're not even close to being out. The league's still so long and you're literally tied on points, so it's not bad there. Obviously, all eggs are in that basket, it looks like. But then the Europa League, you go crumbling. And it's like, man, a season where you felt like Klopp was leaving with a lot. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, the fans are starting to doubt a little bit and a little bit confused to what they just saw against Atalanta. And I can tell you, I feel the exact same way as a Benfica fan. Because I watched this full game, and this game should have ended 3-4 for Benfica, 4-0, definitely 2-0. Their goal comes off of a massive mistake from Antonio Silva. That should never happen. He's such a young, good center back, but he had just choked. Instead of kicking the ball away, he thought he could go into a 50-50 with Aubameyang, and Aubameyang got the better of him and scores. And it's like, bro, that's Aubameyang. Like, what are you doing? Aubameyang's played for Barca and played for Arsenal and played for so many great teams, Dortmund. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing here? That's Aubameyang. Kick the ball away. Like, foul him. Don't try to go 50-50 with Aubameyang. That's crazy talk. And because of that, it goes from being 2-0 to 2-1, and now we got to go back to France and hopefully see this game out. But again, with Benfica, it feels like a collapse of a season because we had an incredible season last year, right? Out of this world season. We go to the quarterfinals, only get knocked out by Inter, who goes to the final. And, we have this awesome, we win the league. Everything looked great. This season, struggling, massive, right? We go from, we at one point we were in first place in the league. Now Sporting's 4 points clear with a game in hand. They can go 7 points if they win tomorrow and going forward. And then, we go crashing out of the cup, the Taça de Portugal, the Cup of Portugal. We go crashing out of that to Sporting. We lose last second to Sporting pretty much in last week. We lose right in at the end of the game. We lose. 91st minute goal for them, and we end up losing the championship pretty much right there. And then we're beating Marseille 2-0. We give up a silly goal, and now the fans are booing the players and whistling the players. Even though you won the Europa League 2-1, our fans are whistling. I don't like that about the fans at all, but it does feel kind of like a collapse. By the way, we had a season very identical to Bayer Leverkusen last year. We barely lost any games under Roger. We were cooking, and this year just feels like complete opposite. And it's crazy because we have Di Maria, who I love. You know, he started his career in Europe at Benfica and went on to do crazy things. And I love him, and he creates so much for Benfica. But the lack of him coming back to defend makes me like, I always want older players to come back to my club to retire. I used to always be like, oh, I hope David Luiz comes back and Di Maria comes back. And now the more that I look at it and the older I am and the more I look at football, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe Di Maria coming back to Benfica wasn't the best thing, because when you have younger players, they're able to press more. They're able to help the left back and right back defend more, where Di Maria can't really give you that for 90 minutes. And I think it's definitely hurt Benfica this season. When you have a left mid and a right mid, David Neres and Di Maria, who don't really help defend, it leaves you very vulnerable. So I'm scared for this result. I don't know if Benfica is going to be able to knock off Marseille because we don't defend well and we're not scoring enough goals. So there's that. Then you have obviously Bayer Leverkusen, who just goes crazy. And then on the other hand, is it a collapse of a season for AC Milan? How is AC Milan doing in their league? I haven't really looked too much into AC Milan, but AC Milan in their league are in second place, but very far away from first place. Inter got that pretty much locked up and done and dusted. And then now they lose to Roma, who is all the way down in fifth. I'm hurting a little bit inside. It's crazy. I've never really felt this way, right? Benfica, because I know Benfica should have left there 2-0. And leaving there 2-1 and going to France, it leaves me a little bit uneasy because I'm like, damn, can we knock out Marseille now? I don't know. I'm a little bit scared. But I just feel like these teams in the Europa League, is it a lack of taking the competition serious? Get in the comments down below. Let me know what you think, man. Is it a lack of taking the competition serious? I've never seen. That's the worst game Liverpool's done all season, for sure. And it's crazy because in games that I thought Liverpool should have won this season, for example, the Cup against United, the Europa, the league game against United, and the game against Atalanta, games I think they should win, is the games that they're putting out their worst performances. And it's very confusing to me. It's very, very confusing to me. And I don't understand it, and I'm so confused, and I don't know if that's on Klopp, on the players. Is that lack of concentration? Is it lack of taking the game serious? Is it lack of taking the competition serious? I'm not sure, but what Liverpool put out today is not acceptable. And what my Benfica put out today is also not acceptable in my eyes. They did get the 2-1, but it's not acceptable because you're playing a team that's coming off 4 games losing. You got them down 2-0. You're at home. You're cooking. You need to put this away. And the thing is, Atalanta knocking out Liverpool. Benfica plays either Atalanta or Liverpool. And if Atalanta does knock out Liverpool, I'm afraid of Atalanta. But if Benfica can get by Marseille, all of a sudden, bro, you're playing Atalanta, who Sporting played really good against from Portugal. Go watch the tape. Go see how Sporting did it. And you have a chance here. I would be more afraid of Liverpool in a way. But now that Atalanta 3-0 them, I don't even know. So it's one of those things where Benfica, if they would have put their game away, they have a chance at the final of a Europa League. And they didn't put their game away, and you gave Marseille confidence. And Marseille does not play a football match until next Thursday. The France League gave them the weekend off and moved their game so they can have a full week off, where Benfica plays Sunday and then has to go play again Thursday. So it's like, bro, I don't know. I'm a little bit upset with Benfica because of what they did, and I'm also upset with Liverpool because it's the Europa League, man. Like 3-0 getting dogged like that, you should make this more of a competition. I mean, you saw the Barca games against PSG and the Real Madrid game, and I know it's the Champions League, but those teams are giving everything because the stage of the competition you're at. And then you got Liverpool getting beat 3-0. And I know people are like, well, we don't care about that competition. End of the day, bro, Klopp leaving with a trophy is massively important, in my opinion. It's good for the fans. It's good for the team. It's good for the players that are left there. And I just feel like this competition, they could have really put their arms around it and really ran with this one. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about the Europa League. Again, really good teams in the Europa League right now, man. We got Liverpool, Milan, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen, crazy. Atalanta going wild, as you guys can see. Benfica. It's a great teams in here. And It almost feels like some of them are not really taking it serious enough. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. I will catch you in the next little football talk, I guess. Thanks for watching.